Guys, look at this cool deaf art I found.
Actually, that's Devia art. Deaf art is just saying that someone deaf created it.
Devia?
Yeah, it stands for Deaf Visual Image Art. It's a type of genre that showcases the deaf experience.
Oh, that's really interesting. Could you tell me more about it?
So Devia has been around as long as deaf people could create experiences about their art, but the actual name was only established in 1989.
Yeah, and the acronym actually has a little more to it. The DE part stands for Deaf and Deafblind Expression of Affirmation, Resistance, and Liberation. The V stands for the view of how deaf and deafblind experience the world. The I stands for images as well as motifs, symbols of the deaf experience. And then A stands for the art, the activism, the aesthetics, and the authentic expressions of the deaf experience.
So does that mean only deaf people can make Devia art?
Not necessarily. Codas can also make Devia art because they have a unique experience related to deaf culture.
Yeah, and there are different forms of Devia. There's resistance and there's affirmation.
Yeah, so resistance is more negative, like you could guess, and it shows things like autism, oralism, mainstreaming, cochlear implants, identity confusion, and eugenics, stuff like that.
Yeah, resistance came to be because deaf people have been oppressed, colonized, and marginalized, and to showcase that, they're showcasing it by showing the world why it's bad in a form of art.
Yeah. So if resistance is negative, affirmation is positive, and that one shows themes of empowerment, ASL, affiliation, acculturation, acceptance, and deafhood.
Huh, that's pretty neat. So what kind of stuff is in Devia?
Devia has a tendency to use contrasting colors and values, really intense bright colors, and contrasting textures.
Yeah, and the deaf in Devia, the pieces usually have like a centralized focus with exaggeration or emphasis on like facial features, especially eyes and mouths and ears and hands.
Wow, that's a lot. I didn't know any of this. I thought it was just deaf art.
Yeah, and just like any other art genre, there are famous artists that specialize. One of the artists that's really well known is Chuck Baird.
Yeah, oh, he was cool. He was born in Kansas City, and he had moderate hearing loss, but he culturally grew up deaf, and he's been a painter since he was a teenager. Baird has participated in dozens of exhibits and created several commissioned murals. He served as an artist in residence over at like 30 deaf schools.
Yeah, he was a great guy, but sadly he passed away February 10th, 2012 at the age of 64.
Wow, that sucks. Seems like he was a cool dude. What's his art like? Wow, thanks for teaching me, guys. Now I know the difference between deaf art and Devia art.
Yeah, of course.